She squats bro is usually a compliment when it comes to a female having trained glutes. But today I may be the first one to tell you that the squat is not the perfect movement to suit that topic. The muscle that forms your glutes is the gluteus maximus mainly. It's not the only glute muscle, but it's the biggest and the most superficial in that area. And the gluteus maximus is responsible for the hip extension movement. Yet in the squat movement you only get partial hip extension. Yes, you could fully extend your hip, which you see a lot of people do in the gym. But this can damage your lumbar spine, or in less scientific terms, your lower back. Fully extending your hips also puts needless pressure on your knee joints, because you're putting them in a less functional and natural position. Plus you get additional loads on your back, which intensifies those stresses. Should you therefore skip the squat exercise if you want to train your glutes? No, absolutely not. The squat is a good exercise that trains nearly every part of your body in a passive way. It also burns a lot of calories. The most muscle activation is in the quads though, which extend your legs. The most activation is not in your glutes. But don't lose hope, simply add an exercise where you got full glute contraction, like the rear kick. Due to your position, leaning slightly forward, glute activation becomes easier. Just make sure you keep a straight back during the whole exercise. Also, don't do this movement if you already got problems with your lower back, because in this exercise you're only adding weight on one side of your body. This puts pressure on your spine. A healthy back should be able to deal with this pressure with no problems though. A good exercise to also get full glute activation is the hip thrust. You can either do it with both legs or with one leg. I personally prefer the one-legged variation as it minimizes the weight that you have to put on your body. The one-legged variation also increases the activation of your central nervous system and may lead to greater muscle growth because of the crossover effect. For those that don't know what the crossover effect is, due to the way your nervous system is constructed, your body is always activating in a slight way both sides of your limbs. Yes, even if you just use one. This leads to slight muscle activation in your resting muscle on the other side at that time. She squats bro is a valid compliment for a female having good quads. But for the glutes it's only partially true. There are way better exercises out there that you can use for glute activation, such as the hip thrust or the rear kick. Next time, please be scientifically correct when you talk about the trained female and say she rear kicks, bro.